Girls of Reddit, what the guys think isn't attractive but actually is? Nerves on a first date. Okay, sure, act like you're a stoic badass all you want. I saw your hands shaking when you went for your drink. It's a relief to know I'm not the only one here that's nervous and excited. Dude, I have Parkinson's. That's fine too, smiley face. Talking about screwing up. Going out on a date, it's understandable a man would want to make it seem like he has it all, or most of it, together, and this is the tack a lot of guys take. But when a man is down to earth, and can talk about the mistakes he's made, or errors he corrected with perspective, humility, and even humor, it really makes him stand out to me. Someone who is relaxed, and not afraid to screw up a little bit is totally because it puts me at ease, and makes me feel like I don't have to be super perfect either, and that he is likely to be more adventurous and forgiving. The first night my BF and I went out as friends 9 years ago, at the end of the night he accidentally texted me instead of his best friend. She thinks I'm cute, she wants that essentially. He sent the message, my phone went off immediately, he turned 12 shades of red and begged me to delete the message without reading it. It was the first glimpse of the real person he was, my first glimpse of the guy I fell in love with, behind all the bullshit people show each other at first. One of my favorite memories of him, and definitely going to be mentioned in my wedding speech. The whole wait 3 days before messaging someone after a date is absolute bullshit. I guess this is universal, but honestly when a guy messages you back instead of playing hard to get and ignoring texts, it's just so dumb. It's not cool or mysterious, literally it's fine to message them, even if it's just a "did you get home okay?" is more appreciated than ghosting them. Is this still a thing? I figured it would die with mobiles being so ubiquitous. I don't date often, but when I do I send a text like the next day. Never had a bad reaction or anything. Can confirm this is still a thing. Last Friday I met a girl we clicked, and she didn't want me to walk her home. She was hammered by the end of the night from the parking lot and I completely understand, but I texted her to make sure she got home safe. No response. Monday night I get a text response answering my question, as if I had just asked it. Yeah, I'm home. Thanks for the lovely night. Like, WTF 3 days disappeared for no ducking reason. I don't know if it's just me, but I find awkwardness so endearing. It's so surprisingly cute to see a guy all awkward and trying to be suave. I read this as it's so surprisingly cute to see a guy all awkward and trying to survive, and briefly imagined my life as a sad nature documentary where the pups don't make it, implying that isn't true. Not being concerned about appearing masculine or manly. I don't know, I just find it really attractive when a dude can do or like something stereotypically girly without thinking twice about it. Like going to Marshall's and finding a nice smelling candle for the bedroom ambience, or looking at platter and kitchen bowls. Guys probably don't think about this, but I love when a guy texts me after hanging out and tells me he had a good time, or before I leave, if he says text me when you get home, so I know you made it, showing that he actually cares about your well-being. Makes me feel protected, and I like that. Showing a sensitive and emotional side. Sometimes I pretend to love puppies just to impress my wife. I pretend to love their adorable eyes and their soft little ears. I pretend to love their huge eyes and their beautiful smelly little faces. Sometimes I pretend to love my puppy even when my wife isn't around. For practice. Good horse. Good taste in video games. Please don't make me sit through hours of FIFA. I want someone to dedicate a weekend to The Last of Us, wine, takeaway and regs. Man, I must be behind. Of the 4 you listed, I've only heard of Last of Us. By wine, do you mean The Witcher 3 expansion? It's really cool when guys have interests beyond sports. I know lots of guys do and that's fine. Just don't be afraid to have other interests. Tell me about books or music or comics. I like hearing something different. Hey baby, let me tell you about the newest D&D campaign I've been writing. You will laugh, but I have my first game ever tomorrow. I have been trying to find a game for years. I even bought dice. Happy face. That's awesome. Welcome to the world of D&D. Just remember, the most important thing is to have fun. If anyone in the party doesn't make that priority number 1, gently speak to them and the DM about it. Have fun. Talking about favorite hobbies or interests, my current BF is a huge history nut and it's absolutely precious to hear him go on about how this and that happened. He's always self-conscious about it because he thinks it's annoying, but honestly I've learned more from his excited lectures than my past teachers/professors. Have you heard of the Gear Wars? Yeah, they were about gears, right? No. The thing about the Gear Wars is that they were never really about the gears. I'm surprised no one has said it yet. Booty. I've seen a lot of guys who are a bit insecure or uncomfortable about their butt, or just don't think about it at all. But I'm telling you we like it. Big, small, muscular, fluffy, whatever. Nice butts are attractive. Nice butts. Sad face. All butts are nice butts. My husband thinks men with perfectly trimmed/outlined beards looks girly, but I find it so hot. He grows a massive impressive beard. I can comb my fingers through it. I got him to get a beard trim at a real barber for our wedding, and I'm still daydreaming about it. It's really hot. I like beards, but a well-groomed beard makes me weak in the knees. Hockey nose. I like a face with character, so a broken/crook/bent nose is gonna get me every time. Easy there, Sherbutsky. My place is right upstairs. Crippling insecurity, right? Girls love that. Don't worry about it. Wait, do they? How can I pretend to know for them? Nah, stop overthinking it. This'll get buried. Down to earth. Like instead of bragging about something he's good at, he just does it, and it's awesome without saying a word. When he geeks out over stuff, that his energy gets me into it too. Being an open book and predictable. Dark, lewd humor. We are not as uptight as you imagine us to be. Absence of six-pack. A general chubbiness. Really? Being hugged by a bigger guy feels amazing. Just like feeling his weight on top of me when, well, the dad bod got the best of me. Hey, it's me, your dad bod. But six-packs are still better? Part of me doubts a lot of women would find heavier blokes better than fit ones. Man, as a woman I think it's more to the fact that men with six-packs are much more difficult to find. Those who have it seem to have a lot of confidence, if not flat out arrogance. That makes the dad bod thing make them more approachable. Personally, I don't find dad bod very attractive. This'll get buried, but enthusiasm. I mean the kind that comes from it being suave, but geeking over something you like. Really into Roman history? Geek about it. Really into learning about maps for no reason other than it's fun. Be giddy about it. It's super cute and makes the guys seem more honest. Scrawny guys. I may be in the minority here, but I love a skinny dude. As a decent looking guy who has been skinny his whole life, this is really good to know. My weight is the one thing I'm most self-conscious about. Other guys love to take jabs at me for it, because most guys are bigger. I don't mind it much though, to be honest. For anyone wondering, I'm 6'FD 150 lbs. Baldness. I've been listening all week to the guys in the department next to me making fun of their bald colleague. To his face. You know how guys do, in that I'm pretending to be funny and friendly, but I'm really just shitting on you kind of way. But the joke's on them, because sitting here, I think he's the hottest out of all of them. Comb over is gross. Patches is sometimes questionable. But full-on baldness is actually pretty dexy, especially if the guy still grows some hair and said, "Duck it. I don't need hair," and shaved it. Hot. I can't speak for everybody, of course, but I've never known a woman who said she found a bald man unattractive, and I know several who only go for bald men. I was in denial about my hair loss for years, and had this horrible bald spot and widow's peak. I finally started shaving my head figuring that bald looks better than balding. Then I grew a beard. I'm glad I wasn't wrong, lol. Asian guys. As a female who likes and dates Asian guys, I usually hear the most negative things about them from men. There seems to be a lot of men who like and believe the negative stereotypes about them. Stop. Shit. Now I gotta be Asian. How am I gonna pull this off? It's because we're jealous. They're hairless, apparently hot, and good at everything. When they don't like sand.